This week on NCS.
I don't know what that second drop was. Sounded like funk. I don't know. I cannot assume stuff, but oh boy, if it's funk. Oh, I wanted so much more. No! Hello everybody and welcome back to another NCS review. We are on episode 300, but do note, I also made some down the line, while branching out reviews without on NCS, like all NCS, and even one on Monster Cat, or two, I mean. But 300 reviews is insane. But for this week, we start with noaa. He is back with Phil, used to be. It's labeled as a hyperpop again. It's in the orange circle. Well, I don't believe anything of that. Well, thinking about Hypnotized in 2025. But well, 2.5 minutes. Let's see what noaa has in store for us after his 2 months hiatus. Here we go. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't really know how to feel about you, girl.
Okay, the vocals are of course back. What's his beat?
I don't know what to do. How do you feel about me? How do you feel about me?
I don't know how I feel about you. The song. Ooh. Alright. That's not bad. I don't really like the interruptions though. It's a little better, but weird track on its own. Oh. What the fuck? What was that? Got passport vibes. This is Phil, right? Did they really match their style, like right in the middle? It's rough. Those high pitches, kinda cool. Alright.
How do you feel about me? How do you feel about me, girl?
Ooh, what's gonna happen? Ah, just the same, alright. Is it me or is this video just very quiet? Oh, that's because I turned the volume so low. I'm sorry, excuse me for that. For the next ones it will be all the way up again. Alright, that was over. Used to Be is a very interesting track. I want to say it's experimental, but I rather quickly name something experimental if it's not fluent, or if I am not used to it. So get those two things a little bit like straight. If I say it's experimental, I mean that I find it unique. Not per se that this is actually like very experimental, that no one ever almost did this. That's of course not the case. With the amount of songs they are putting out per day. I mean like in the world, not just NCS. But this does kind of feel a little experimental. The clashy beats, like in the middle of the drops, like very high pitched as well, are kinda okay. It's just that the whole track itself doesn't really say to me, oh, this is great. Even Hypnotized, in my opinion, was better. Because of what? Well, I know why. That's because the intro, that clear sound, the dun, dun, the quiet beats in between, like the quiet gaps in between, make it a little bit more empty and stuttering almost, and that's most of the time not my way to go for inside music. Or you have like a way to really complement that with like a dark bass, or you're like making it even more crazier, so then it maybe would work. But here it's a little basic, and together with that really like very stab like thing we had in the middle section when Phil was singing. I don't know what that was, I'm not really appealed to it. So this is a quite generic song. I don't want to say it's bad at all, that's not the case at all. It is just, again, the style of noaa and maybe Phil as well do not directly, immediately appeal to me. As Hypnotized, it kinda grew on me. Not in terms of the rating, but I, well, liked to listen to it a little bit more than when it came out. That can happen maybe here as well, with Used to Be. But for now, I would say it is solid enough. But I will maybe not come back to it so much. But back then, I said just before that, I said it as well for Hypnotized. And I changed a little. But this was the review for Used to Be. Let's see what Thursday release will bring us. Hey, it's Thursday, and today we're going to listen to Aditya, Sharma, Bad Idea. Aditya's back since last month. Aditya made, what was it called again? Vandali! Yeah! I completely forgot. But let's listen to this almost 3-minute long song, Bad Idea. Hopefully this was not a bad idea track. Here we go. Ooh, whoa. This immediately is a really interesting atmosphere. Ooh, this is really interesting. Whoa.
I know exactly where this is. On your side of the bed at 3 a.m.
I like the claps. Oh, they're gone now. Ooh, vocals are beautiful.
Say my name and I lose my mind.
Ooh, whoa. Oh, whoa, damn.
Every time I say I'm done, I'm lying. You walk in the room and I stop trying.
Ooh, this is clashy. Kinda too late vibes here, but a little bit more epic, more punchy. Ooh. Alright. Oh. Oh, that's catchy. I like the beats here. Oh yeah. It feels so grand. I like it. Come here. Yeah, alright. Oh, it's a clashy kick. Oh, snare, sorry. Ooh, this is really cool. It's maybe not even over yet. Third drop? Had Vandali 3 drops? I don't remember. Ooh. Oh, nice. It feels very poppy too. That's a word I have not used in, I think, maybe years. I already said that in a 2023 song. Wow, alright. Before we go into the deep dive, I just want to address something before, like, I forget it and then it's just out of the way. I heard that Vandali had maybe, may not, it must maybe confirmed, maybe not, I don't care, but it was said it had AI vocals. I don't know if it was the case. I don't really hear if it's AI or not, so I don't really care. It's maybe a little bit more emotionless, but then I want to say, like, it didn't really felt like a robot. But anyways, if it's here the case, again, that this is AI vocals, just like in Shadow Glow, I do not care. If it sounds nice, if it sounds great, that counterparts the whole idea usage. I am not really a big fan of AI, I have to be honest, but I can get the idea that maybe vocal samples are hard to come by, it's not exactly what you want, then the sample packs are maybe like not free, or then you have to like collaborate with an artist, but it's maybe not also easy always if you're like a small artist or whatever, so AI is a good third option. Do I support it? I don't know, this was just something that I wanted to get out of the way. Now about bad idea. What is the bad idea? What I just asked myself just before we started listening. Yeah, no, of course not. Totally not. Why would it be? This is great. It had a really cool future trap vibe. I want to say future bass, but I know future trap was maybe like a genre that later was like converted into future bass. That was like, future trap doesn't exist. This sounds like the future trap that AnSys would have released in, well, a few years ago. Really cool. I really like the atmosphere of the track. Like what I said, the vocals are really a big part in that. They are huge, they're grand, so they make it immediately better. But the emptiness in like the sections, like in the between the drops, it's calm. The piano, the violins are really cool. I said piano, but I don't really recall a piano. It for sure had a piano. But at the end, when everything is combined, this track is really cool. 3 drops as well. And the sudden all of a stop, like in the melody, is a drop with the vocals as well. Really cool. I really like this whole track. It could have been even more epic inside of the melody itself. The vocals were really cool, really epic, really grand. But the melody did a little bit like laid low in terms of that. If those like leveled out each other, like they were like at the same level, or the melody was even greater, this was easily maybe one of the best this year. That's maybe a high take. I'll take. Maybe, I don't know. But I did really like this yet again. Vandali is kind of growing on me, but still. Aditya, Sharma. I don't know why I say it like very Italian. Anyways. Aditya, yes. I want more. Honest, yes. Maybe it's not like the EDM we all want, like Reach Out. But now I'm not really looking for those gems anymore. I shifted a little bit with my idea, with my perspective, to search just for great music in general. Just like bad idea. And I don't think that's a really bad idea. But this was the release of today. Now we will listen to Saturday's release. And I think that will be another big one. A nod to Isoria. See ya then! Here we are for the last 2 releases of the week. And indeed I'm going to introduce and use one InternetSounds release of this week, because I'm very excited for that one. And after that we will do the big Twisted Glossier, Crisys and someone else collab as well. But first we will listen to seventaiin or 17 AnimA. It's labeled as Electro Clash. I don't know what it is, but I've heard something and I was really excited. So let's listen to AnimA. Here we go. Ooh. 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 Oh. That's gritty but majestic. Oh. Ooh. Oh, it's like synthwave. But as well, a little bit more housey or so? I don't know, man. I don't know my genres. Ooh. This is really dope. This has a really high quality. Oh. Oh. Oh, dope. Oh, yeah. Oh, that crunchy beat. I love it. Oh. It goes even darker. What is this? Oh, wow. Oh, some double kicks. Wow. It's gonna be... Is this it? Because it felt really long for one drop. Oh. That was dope! Is this the end? Oh, I wanted so much more. No! I am glad I reviewed this song. seventaiin, AnimA, it is a very great track. It had a very nice journey from start to end. And I am sad that it was over. And that's a great compliment, because I don't want it to be over. I would have expected that, like, there was just one more drop coming, but the first drop was so, like, the length was pretty, well, very long. So I was like, ooh, this can possibly be on only one drop song. It sadly was, but I have to say that does, well, it's kind of sad, but it does not keep my happiness away. I'm really happy this is a released song. Would have loved it on the main label instead of Jeans Off, but we're not gonna complain about that. What this track already did right is setting an atmosphere that was like dreamy, a little bit 80s as well, like with that synthwave type of beat, I almost want to say, and that's like high-pitched stuff we hear in Angelcore, what I do really love, and we know that's what's coming up after this section, but oh, this was a really astonishing track. The whole vibe is so cool, and eventually when the first drop, the only drop ends, we have like a really calm section, and then it feels like the drop is building towards something even more massive, but sadly it ends there. But I have to say that sometimes I'm not really a fan of that, like that is a waste opportunity. But here, it is almost like you want to now listen back to the first drop, and like you are in an infinite loop. So that's really cool, and I would like it so much if seventaiin will even come back again on NCS, well, InternetSounds, but maybe debuts on NCS itself. Would be really awesome. But this track did it very, very right, and I'm glad I did listen to it. The other two InternetSounds songs, I just, well, 3 by the way, I just skipped over them. Didn't really like feel to review them, so I only want to do InternetSounds when I feel right. And although this is a 300th episode of the reviewing series, and maybe you would have guessed, well, he will do every NCS song / InternetSounds song of the week to make it, like, again, a very long review again. But no, sadly not. That's not gonna be the case. The actual special stuff is hopefully still gonna happen 2 to 3 weeks from now. But before we, like, drift off too much, let's go to the Saturday's release. As it's one day too early, I have looked up Sultan33 for the upload of Twisted, Crisys, ProdChxn, and Glossier Luster. And I've said before that Crisys would have meshed his style really cool with Twisted or Glossier, so it even happened. Great. Let's listen to Luster, or more like Luster! A 2.5 minute track. Here we go! Here we go. Mysterious? Slappy? Ooh! That's dark. Oh! Those high-pitched noises are very high this time. Oh, I love to headbang on this one. Wow. Great. Oh. The dark in-betweens, I always love them. Ooh, interesting, like, shake sounds here. What? What do the... What? Okay. Whoa! Oh! Whoa! Oh! Holy shit! Is that funk? Oh! Holy damn! But I dig it! Oh boy! Chills! Holy shit! They did it again! Twisted! He did it again! Holy Whoa. Whoa. I don't know what that second drop was. Sounded like funk. I don't know. I cannot assume stuff, but... Oh boy, if it's funk, this is the better way to do it other than Critical Eye or Evil Doer. Someone told me how I should pronounce his name. Whoa. Holy damn. Again, with Isoria, I was so excited. And again, with Luster, I am again. This is freaking epic. I screamed too loud, maybe. Damn. Boy. Whoo. Yeah. This track, it's amazing. I loved Soulforge for the same reason. I love Isoria for the same reason. Here, I love it again. I am glad I have listened to this before my time's up this weekend, so that I can already put this out, because this track is astonishing. It is phenomenal. The first of overall drop is the worst of the two. It's of course the not so well impacted one. It is sticking with me, but it's not really outstandingly unique. But still, the high-pitched noises here from the Angel Chorus genre itself are this time around very high-pitched, but they are still fluent and still fit the track. The track is itself it has a very broad, like, atmosphere. It's very grand, and with those high-pitched noises coming out of it, from the layer of the bass is very dark at some parts, where I really love. So those two go hand in hand very well. When the first drop was over, we had that really, well, I want to say annoying, well, it is pretty annoying vocal chop from the funk genre. I don't know what it did there, because it was kind of unnecessary. That's the only, like, small nitpick I have. But it did, like, introduce you to, hold up, we have something in store for you, and it is a little bit more aggressive. The kick there is very over-dramatic, but it is not ear-rape like what we had with Critical Eye's song by Evil Doer. That's sort of sad to say that I, like, do like the funk, I don't know if it's funk, but funk approach here, and not so much in all the songs of Critical Eye. You would maybe say, well, it's another witch house funk combination. Why do you like the one and not the others? Well, because this one had a very dark undertone, just like in Buzzin' from Twisted, which I like as well. So there's a pattern here. And just the overall epic vibe. The kicks are loud, but they are drowning in the whole song's melody itself. So, for example, with Critical Eye, the drops were really cool, really not over dramatic, but they were really, well, grand. That's the word I was looking for. But the kick always came out of it right away, and it just pushed everything away, and it drowned the melody. With Shadows, his last track with that vibe, wasn't so much the case. That's why it was an 8.6 and not a 7.3 or 7.4 with the other two. And here it's even better. It is even greater. It is grander. It is epic. It is it's the best Angel Core track I have heard ever so far on NCS, but as well just ever, because I don't really listen to the genre that much off-label. So it's not weird to say that this track is of course gonna be a 10 out of 10. Great track Twisted Glossier, great track ProdChxn and Crisys as well. Holy damn, this was great, and I still want even more from Twisted Glossier and the rest. I don't care if Twisted is working on the project, I know it's gonna be fucking awesome. Well guys, this was the review video for this week. I have to say, this was quite a cool review. It did like exponentially grew in terms of how excited I was, and in terms of quality I have to say. So we ended off on a great banger. So you will see me next week again, and this was episode 300 of the reviewing series. Sadly nothing really special, but I have to say that this review on its own has special tracks to make this still a special video. But now I will say like every other time, stick for these 4 ratings and bye.